Wow, is Bitcoin forming here a double top? What is going on and what are these green arrows right here? Guys, we are going to have a look at the Bitcoin price in today's video. We are going to have a look at Ethereum, as it looks like we are so far getting rejected from the resistance and it's following a similar path as we are seeing with Bitcoin. And I want to have a chat with you about a new post that we actually have seen from Il Capo of Crypto, where he basically states that the price action of Bitcoin in 2023 is basically a correction from this impulsive downtrend, and I want to have a chat about that as well. And I want to bring out a comment where I want to talk about at the end of this video, which is going to be very important because I will share some insights that I have right here on the channel. So guys, let's jump straight into it. So guys, let's start with Bitcoin. Bitcoin did form probably a cycle low right here, and right now we can see that we are getting somewhat of a resistance from this green box right here. And yeah, it's very important that we hold above these lows right here, because if we fail to manage to hold above these lows, we basically have a failed 60-day cycle, which means that we can actually go way lower later in the middle of February, right? So that would look a little bit weird, especially with that Bitcoin ETF approval that most likely comes around or maybe at the date 10th of January. I think there will be some anticipation to that move. So I'm hoping that Bitcoin can still do something like this, where we have like until January maybe come a little bit down and then go up, and then right here 10th of 8, like from the 10th of January, maybe till the weeks after, you know, come into this green box and then maybe correct from these levels and see a further correction after having such a overextension, guys. So I think that's definitely possible. Quick update on Ethereum. Ethereum is looking, in my opinion, actually still bullish because this bullish divergence. However, that doesn't take away the fact that we can still go to the support right here before we actually breaking out. I don't hope so. I hope this thing will break out as I have a big part of my Bitcoin holdings back into Ethereum. If this thing breaks down, it's definitely invalidated and I will change my perspective on Ethereum against Bitcoin. But so far, I think this setup looks actually pretty good with a momentum coming up, but as you can see, it can still take some time. Bullish divergences, right? Bullish pattern in the price as well, at a massive support. In terms of timing, it's also beautiful because normally December, January is really the time frame that Ethereum starts to rally against Bitcoin. Then guys, Ethereum against US dollar looks a little bit weaker, kind of, than Bitcoin, because we had the high. We didn't really make a double top with Bitcoin, as you can see. We kind of did make the double top, so Ethereum didn't came as high as Bitcoin. So that shows a little bit weakness. We can see that right here on the daily time frame. Momentum is also coming down, and we broke the uptrend on the relative strength index right here. But that's also something we did with Bitcoin. So yeah, not much changed basically. I think we just have to wait it out a little bit for the next couple of days. But here's the same thing. When we lose that low right here, then that will be a warning sign. That low at let's say 2100 roughly. That will be a warning sign in the bigger structure of things, because especially with the 60-day cycle and also on Bitcoin, we just don't want to lose that low right here, because that increases the likelihood of a failed 60-day cycle, which increases the likelihood that we actually topped and that we are going to see a multi-week, maybe even a multi-month correction. That would be kind of weird also with the Bitcoin ETF approval coming up, because that should be a very bullish sign, right? Then guys, I want to bring you to a following tweet. I think this is very interesting. This is Il Capo of Crypto. And not bad words about this guy, but probably you know this guy. He has been the biggest bear since the beginning of 2023. And what I've been seeing with him is that in 2022 he has been very consistent. He has been like shorting almost every top, at least posting those charts on Twitter. But then he really stick to his thesis that he thought Bitcoin should go to $12,000 US. It never went to $12,000 US. It went to 15, so it was actually pretty close. But every rally in Bitcoin, he came with new charts and new evidence or new charts from his perspective, again saying like Bitcoin should go to 12k. So that was a little bit weird, because as an investor or as a trader, it's really important that you can yeah, that you can be like water, you know. So what we are seeing, what we have seen right here is that, for example, we had this rally right here. And he would say here, yeah, no, we're now going back to 12K. No, that never happened. Then we were right here. And he said, yeah, no, we're going back to 12K. Also didn't happen. He also said, yeah, we're going back to 12K. This is the start of the capitulation. Here he also said it. And probably here he also said it. And now here he says it again. So I do have to say, guys, that the credibility of this guy is definitely going down. For me personally. Although I do like his tweet that he shared right now, and I think it's even important enough to share that with you. So I still gonna share some things that he says, but yeah, I also wanna emphasize the fact that his plan from here was actually pretty good until here, and this year he basically has been wrong on every call that he made. But what he's saying right now, and that is very interesting, and that is something that really makes me think, and that is that this rally in Bitcoin of this year right now is potentially topping out, and that this is a B wave of a impulsive move that is right here. And that is like Elliott wave theory, and I can bring it from this chart as well. So an impulsive wave is basically a 5-wave structure. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This actually looks kind of scary, to be honest, because this 3 wave is the longest wave, right? Normally the 3rd wave is the longest, most extended wave in a certain direction. The 4th wave is the most confusing wave. Well, this definitely looks like a confusing wave. 5th wave, 5th wave is the last capitulation. So that would mean that if this were to be the case, if we were to see a correction, if this is a impulsive move, then we have an ABC up, which might be topping right now, followed by a 5-wave correction down. That would actually be very, very bearish in the Bitcoin price. And I'm not saying right here that that's the case. I'm just saying that it is interesting to engage with these thoughts, just to have our mindset a little bit open to any possibility. So he says that this is like a 5-wave structure to the downside. I do have to say this looks like a 5-wave structure, although I do think that this structure is actually very debatable if that is like an ABC. It is possible that it's an ABC, but it's also possible that we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ABC. So this is then 1 wave, 3rd wave. That means that right now we are in the 3rd wave. The 3rd wave is the longest, most extended wave, right? So that can go way higher to the levels than the levels that we are trading right now, followed by a 4th wave correction, followed by a 5th wave last push up. I think that is also definitely a probable scenario right here. But the interesting thing about this thesis is the structure of this specific bear market. Because if we went to the previous bear market right here in 2017, and let me fit it right there, we go to this bear market. This bear market looks completely different, right? The structure is like A, B, C. It's not really a 5-wave structure. This is clearly a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-wave structure. But in 2018 is not really the case. But and this is another argument. The one in 2014 does look like a 5-wave structure with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this again looks a bit different. But yeah, I think he do got a small point right here. I think we do have to stand open to the fact that it is possible that this is actually a B wave corrective wave, which is also known as a suckers rally, which is also known for all the people to relive this bullish emotions again. And it's definitely possible. The regular financial markets are all at also at a critical level. This is a scenario that we have to monitor. And if this is going to happen, we have to protect ourselves against that, because everything is possible in the markets, and that's just very, very important. So drop a thumbs up if you agree with me, and if you don't agree with me, let me know in the comment section down below. Then guys, I want to open a topic discussion, which is a little bit personal, but it's important for the community. I got a comment yesterday, and basically, I want to give a warning and I want to explain a little bit of my perspective right here on the channel and how I've been working basically in the past couple of years. So I got a comment yesterday from Omid Rostami 2208, and first of all, Omi, thank you for giving me this comment. Thank you for putting in the time and effort to basically give me some feedback on the videos. I always appreciate all your comments, even though if it's positive or negative. So thank you for that. But Omid says right here, why are you always in your every single videos promoting Bybit and BitGet? It takes like 25% of each videos. Do not you think it is too long and too much? Please give a break. Okay, so maybe I'm talking a little bit too much about that, and maybe I can decrease that a little bit. But one thing I want you guys to understand is that on this channel, I actually never take any money from any company to talk about them. So to do like normally when I'm looking at other YouTube channels, a lot of people, they use for an income stream, they use mentions, right? Where you would see like a small part of the video, they will talk about a certain product from a different company, right? Like I got approached by a company, and I actually get approached by maybe like 4 to 5 companies every single day. And when I research those companies, most of the time 80 or 90% is a scam. These companies are a scam. And I had a example yesterday as well. I got approached by this company, Cryptonomy, and to be honest, guys, I'm not gonna make any claims right here. I'm not sure whether this is a scam or not. I just did a little bit my research. I was looking into this, and then I was looking on Trustpilot, and I saw people saying that this was a scam. People deposited money, couldn't get the money out. Then I saw some other post where they kind of photoshopped some images with their logo in the background to make it look like they are like a big company. Then I saw like some other websites which say it's a low trust website, and I actually even saw on Reddit some threads where people saying like, yo, it's a scam, just forget about it. And they also promise quite a high return on like kind of staking products. And then I was also thinking like, okay, let me check on YouTube if anyone is talking about this. And then I see a lot of people are talking about this, and like this is also what like a lot of YouTube channels do, and I don't want to badmouth them, definitely not, because they have to do whatever they want, and if they from their research think something is good, then yes, do it with your heart. It's very important. But on this channel, we don't do that. Like I don't promote anything on this channel that I'm not using. And the only products that I'm basically using in the crypto space is Bybit, BitGet, BingX right now, TradingView, and Ledger. Those are and Willportal, of course. But yeah, that is the product that I'm building myself. But these are basically the 5 products that I'm using myself, and that I, while using myself, can recommend to others too, because from those products I actually know they are legit. I know they are good because I've been using them for years. Like Bybit I've been using since 2019, BitGet I'm using already longer than a year, BingX I'm using longer, and I'm also saying right here that if anyone faces any problems, because sometimes I also watch the Trustpilot reviews on Bybit, for example. If someone experiences any problems with these exchanges, then you can always reach out to me, and we can reach out as a community. I have a personal contact with these exchanges. There are account managers, so you don't get into the customer service, but you directly have an account manager that is a little bit more important than the regular customer service if you want to get a problem solved. So that is also the reason why I'm talking about these exchanges in my videos so often, because these are the only products that I'm using, and you can be pretty sure, you can be for 100% sure that things that I'm mentioning in my videos are not being paid for. So I wouldn't bring out a company. If I would bring out this company, then that probably would be, I would ask you guys something about it, or I stumble into this company and I want maybe invest myself in it, and I'll ask you guys for some feedback. But yeah, this one of course not, because I don't know. I don't know what type of company it is, but I just see a lot of strange reviews online. So yeah, guys, this channel is kind of different because we actually don't really take money from other companies to mention them in our videos. We don't really have in-video advertising. We only mention the exchanges that I'm using personally myself, or maybe I will mention TradingView or Ledger because these are products that I'm using myself as well. But I would never take money from a company like this one to mention them and maybe screw over some people, although I'm not even sure if it's a scam, but I would never use this. I would never use this company myself, so I would never mention it. But you can see that a lot of people actually do mention this, and of course, all of the people who are mentioning this, they are getting paid for it. So sometimes you got to be careful also what people say in their videos if you are looking to different YouTube channels. But also when you look at my YouTube channel, be careful with the things that I'm saying, because everyone is trying to influence your opinion, to kind of manipulate you in some way, or to turn your perspective into their perspective. It's very important as a trader to also stand firm with your own perspective. My video should be as an inspiration to you, where you can say like, okay, this is something he thinks, and I never thought about it this way. That is interesting. I'm going to do some research. That is how I would like that people watch my videos. Hey guys, I just want you to know that all the information that you are receiving in these videos are actually really genuine, and we don't really take money from other companies. We haven't also really done in the past, except from exchanges when we do some revenue share, stuff like that. So that is important to know. We do get paid by these exchanges, especially when you sign up with the affiliate link down below. But like I said earlier, all those revenue is directly going into the further development of World Portal, which is again a tool that traders can use for free to make market predictions, right? So I think that's also for a good cause. And yeah, that's the reason, that's also the answer why I'm promoting this, because I basically don't have any other promotions going on, right? We don't take money from other companies. I don't want to talk about companies I don't know and I don't trust, and where I read bad things on the internet. Everyone does their own research, but this is just the way I work. I keep it simple. We're just focused on trading, mostly on Bitcoin. And we do that with a couple of exchanges and derivatives exchange data. And this is the way how we work. But guys, it's actually crazy how much emails these influencers get, including me. Sometimes it's even like 4 or 5 emails a day of companies that want to have mentions, companies that want to they want you to make a video about them. But yeah, as you guys know, right here on the channel, we don't do that. So all the information that you are getting is not paid for, except for the exchanges, because those are our partners, but those are all products that we use ourselves as well. Then guys, we talking about exchanges. We have some crazy stuff going on, like MEXC, an exchange I never used personally. I also don't know much about it, but there are some very warning signs coming over from this exchange. So apparently there are some strong rumors flying around regarding suspicious activity of MEXC, including freezing assets of users without any reason. The rumors also state that the exchange might become insolvent within the next 10 days. So this is actually kind of crazy, because how can an exchange become insolvent in a bull market? And yeah, some people try to explain. I read some tweets, so I'm not stating all the facts right here. Forgive me for that. But what I understand possibly is happening right now is that MEXC is an exchange that is actually trading against the users on their platform, which means that if you sign up to their platform as a user and you make a lot of profit, you make that profit from them. So you don't make the profit from other traders. They're not really an exchange then. They're more like a casino, because you are winning from the house. And that is a moment that they say like, okay, we're freezing your assets without any reason. So I know for a fact, for 100% certainty, guys, because I've talked about this with my Bybit account manager, they never trade against their own users. They are a legit exchange where you have the exchange from the buyer and seller, and they are the middleman where they make the profits with. So for them, of course, if people get liquidated, fees are being paid, so there is an incentive to liquidate, but not really, right? Not really. Not like this, where you really trade against where they possibly, because I don't know it for sure, really trade against their own users. But for me personally, if I would hear this alerts and they are withdrawal of their freezing assets without any reason on exchanges I'm partnered with, I would directly inform you guys about it, and I will also end the partnership, or at least go to that exchange first to talk for an answer. Yo, what's going on? Because this is of course not good. And if you are using MEXC, I would definitely like Lana is saying as well, to be safe, I'm withdrawing all my funds from MEXC right now. I would do the same. I did the same when FTX had a little bit smoke going on. I never had an account on FTX, but I made a lot of videos on the channel and in the community. Yo, there are rumors around that something is wrong with FTX. Just get your money out and just see later. Wait a couple of weeks, and if you really find MEXC like a beautiful, best exchange ever, you can always come back. But when you hear these type of news, I don't know. I personally don't like it. And on social media, it's also... it goes round pretty quickly. So when you are not acting, how do you call it? When you are not acting righteously as an exchange, or maybe also as an influencer or whatever, if you are not acting righteously and, for example, freezing assets of users without any reason, this is the stupidest thing to do as an exchange, because of course people are going to talk about this, rumors will spread, and it will go online, and it will get likes and retweets. I want to like and retweet this because I just want people to be alert of this, if this is true, right? And if this is true and this goes viral, of course most people will withdraw their funds from that exchange, and the reputation of the exchange is gone. So why would you even risk your reputation getting gone, as I think a normal exchange, which is just the middleman, not trading against their own users, but just the middleman taking money for fees, is already a very big thing where you can make already a lot of money, and there's no reason to involve in that and to trade against your own users. There was also rumors going around, and again, I'm not sure about this, but there was also rumors going around with FTX that they were trading against their own users. And maybe it's also a sign that the exchanges that are trading against their own users maybe sooner or later get insolvent just because of their immoral behavior. So the immoral behavior in that way of the business model also spreads over other ways of the business model, which then eventually makes that they get into problems, and then they become insolvent. Anyhow, for me personally, the exchange that I trust the most and that I have the most funds on is always and has always been Bybit. It's shitty that you have to do KYC. It is really shitty, but yeah, I'm also established in the Netherlands. I do have to file my taxes. I do have to be completely transparent to the government. Otherwise, you can get into problems right there as well. So I don't mind the KYC over on Bybit. Of course, I like to have some different exchanges where you don't have any KYC. So you have some decentralized exchanges like Apex, or you can still go to BingX where you have no KYC. BitGet used to have no KYC, but they already started with KYC. And probably when BingX get bigger, they also need to implement KYC, because governments just don't like when people are trading and they don't have an overview on what's happening. And maybe in some cases it's even safer to have a KYC verified account, because if you, for example, have on Bybit a KYC verified account, then you also have a lot of rights. You have a lot of rights, so they cannot just like take your funds. That is not allowed. That would be really criminal activity, right? Well, if you have a no KYC account, the rules might be different. I don't know, but I read something about that on the internet. So here we also have a MEXC sending messages like this to users. Thank you for waiting. Understand that you have some issues regarding your SDEX token. As per checking, due to you have a contract with abnormal profit, so that already says, so that your 320,000 amount of DEX has been clawed back. So basically it's saying like, yeah, you have too much profit, so you're not getting this and this, these and these tokens, which were actually from you. And if an exchange is not trading against their own users, then it doesn't matter how much profit they make, because the profit is always made from other people. It's a zero-sum game, right? If you go to Bybit and you make $100,000 US, you basically made that money from other people who took bad trades. But that's also kind of the game. You can also discuss that moral story, of course. I'm thinking about it often. Hey, is this really the right thing? But then I also think it's a game. Think of it like a game, and it's nice to play the game, and everyone who's playing the game, they know the risk, and yeah, sometimes it can also bring great life lessons to lose some money. So I don't want to be the judge of that. I just like to play the game. That is how I'm standing into this story. But yeah, I'm curious, guys, how you stand in the story. So let me know in the comment section down below. And let me know if you are using MEXC and if you experience any problems. Let me know in the comment section so other people can read it as well. Yeah, let me know what you think about all the stuff that we basically discussed in today's video. It is a long video, and like I said, I really opened up. Some personal things are coming up. But I thought this comment yesterday from Ahmed was just very interesting. And I also wanted to explain to you guys, elaborate a little bit on this, why the channel that you are watching, The Blockchain Today, is very different than to a lot of other YouTube channels out there. And I'm not saying that one is better than the other, really not saying like that, but we do things our own way, maybe a little bit different, and maybe sometimes a little bit annoying. And I will try to have a look at it to maybe talk a little bit less about the exchanges. Guys, I want to wish you all a very beautiful day today. Thank you all for watching. If you're still right here on the video, then yeah, you're a big legend. Thank you for that. And yeah, I want to wish every single one of you a beautiful day. Drop a thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe if you haven't, so we can stay connected. And also, let me know, and this is very important, maybe I can do a poll later. Do you think it's possible that what Il Capo says right here, that this actually is a B wave? Is that possible? Like, I know these rumors were also right here, because right here we were like, also here is actually where we start our YouTube channel. There was also a big rumor right here. Oh yeah, is this a B wave from like A, B, C? And actually, it is possible that this was a B wave with A, B, C with the March 2020 crash. So that's actually a possibility. Nevertheless, guys, I'm just very important. I'm just very curious about your opinion, and I would like to read all of the comments later today. So yeah, if you like, take the effort, drop a comment down below. And yeah, that was it for today's video, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next one. Bye bye.